So you're not going to understand this quite immediately. So what do I mean by this?
So Delusion in America is a group activity. I need to extend this discussion just a little bit. Delusion in America is a group activity. It occurs at various levels. As I've always taught on both my channels, reality is more expansive than you think. And I think here's a very practical way we can look at this when we're looking at the delusions that people accept, such as we call it white delusion, which is just racism. This delusion that because you lack melanin, like an evolutionary advantage, that there is something superior to you. I think people just need to internalize that just for a little bit. And so this delusion has now formed a chimera because it's a group delusion. It exists in all people here because everyone is indoctrinated into white supremacy. Because of that, we now are about to have our country deconstructed from the inside. And they're going to gut Medicare and Medicaid. They are going to harm women. They are going to seek to subjugate and oppress them. And the ones which they can get rid of, which are the ones with melanin, they're going to seek to do that. Men and women. And so because of this group delusion, we are all now about to FAFO together, including the concentration camps, the imprisonment, all the stuff that they've been talking about. I would tell you guys, believe them. You keep thinking that when you elect old dirty grandpa and his minions who hate women, who want to control women's bodies, who hate people of color, black people, who hate the LGBTQIA, who want to sicken America and the rest of the world with white Christian nationalism, you think it's all going to be okay. Because in 4 years, don't worry, the Democrats will come into power. At the midterms, Democrats will surge in the House and the Senate, and everything will be okay. Don't worry about it. You guys are about to FAFO during the age of Aquarius, and you are going to see that because you wouldn't wake up and pay attention and to listen and see what's going on in your environment by adopting a true sense of reality and its expansiveness, even in this little grain that I'm talking about here, you are going to suffer. Your children are going to go off to war. There is going to be mass death. I was talking about it on my other channel. We saw it during his first reign as Führer, and they were incompetent then. They were just hanging on, trying to see where they during the second administration, they could really dominate. And then they have the nerve to go into New York, do the same rally as the Nazis did. And y'all think that little orchestration wasn't speaking to you? Reality is speaking to you all the time. Y'all keep thinking that this is what God wants. Mediocre, minimally melanated people will always believe, because their form of Christianity is white nationalism, white Christian nationalism, whatever you want to call it. And so their God is always going to speak on and be in favor of even the prophets, psychics, whoever they're dealing with, priests, whatever. It's always going to issue a verdict that protects whiteness. The problem is that there are natural and probable consequences to what you guys keep embracing, which is white delusion. That's just one delusion that we're dealing with. I haven't talked about the others yet. I think I'm going to do a series between the channels. And so because of this, there are consequences to this delusion that you've been embracing. You keep saying, oh, it must be a simulation. You are not in a simulation. What's not real are the delusions that you carry. I will repeat that again. On the universe and every other sense of divinity in all dimensions. You are not in a simulation. It's not about a difference of timelines. It's about difference of perception. And I'm using my finger like that. You know how people try to tell you, y'all are crazy? You are in differing states of delusion, which you must deconstruct out of. But because you don't listen to the oppressed and black women, y'all gonna FAFO. And y'all gonna do it alone, because white Jesus is not coming to save y'all. Not gonna be raptured. You see, if you have bigotry and supremacy in your heart, do you understand, like, even if you took the delusion of the rapture as being something you're fully invested in, Because I hope every one of y'all I hope that white Jesus comes and gets y'all and raptures y'all away. I really do. Y'all need to leave. The earth is going to burn. I've been talking about about this stuff on my other channel, which I use my more extended gifts to kind of help people to understand. And I'm right every time. There's something about that ADHD, autism, deconstructed, decolonized Black female, and then that extensive set of gifts that we are dunking buckets every day trying to talk to y'all. It does not matter. It's what I've said in my other video. It doesn't matter. We are in the desperate position of, we're at the intersection between multiple oppressed classes of individuals. And so we have to see reality. We have to understand it for what it is. Because there are some people who can sit in delusion, who only feel economic oppression. Not economic, personal, spirit. I mean, there's bunches of types of oppression that's going on. But because we as Black women and Black people have to sit at that interesting intersection of being hyper oppressed. And you'll say, well, you could have a car, you could blah, blah, blah. Do you know what we have to do to get that? Do you know what we have to go through? Do you know the mental anxiety? I mean, just start with Get Out. Go watch go watch Get Out. That didn't come from anything. And then I need you guys to pay attention to the people who are talking about these issues so you can understand. But I'm not here to harp on that. I need to help you, to keep you, because your cognitive dissonance is kicking in. Delusion is the problem. Some of you are deluded to believe that men are superior to women, instead of understanding that we together work together to make the world a better place. Some of you are deluded to think that you have the scarcity mindset and greed, because scarcity mindset and greed are two delusions that go together. And once you will have maybe a generation that experiences that, the rest of them start to hoard. And so you have capitalism, which is a pyramid scheme that lets the very few people at the top hoard all the resources. And everybody at the bottom's got to suffer. It's delusion that that's got to be good and the way to go. That is not the only society that exists. So that's why we were trying to teach you all. And you guys need to take this and watch this over again. It's the delusion that is the problem. You are still fighting each other. You're blaming immigrants for being the source of your misery. It's a delusion. They're not fighting. They're not going toe to toe with you for the same types of positions. Okay, there are some, but they're doctors, lawyers. Most of y'all in that hyper undereducated activity talk about, yeah, this the immigrants. It's not. They're coming over the border and they're blah, blah. Yeah, there are immigrants who come over the border illegally who commit crime, but it's not the vast amount. Same way that African Americans, Black people, don't create the majority of the crime. We're not hypersexualized and hyper criminals. It's a delusion that you tell yourself, because it allows you to oppress and to harm people of color. LGBTQIA. But y'all gonna learn. And I hope you FAFO so thoroughly. And some of you do not exist. Because we have got to come out, and that's not me trying to wish evil or death on you. What I'm wanting you to do is you to pull back from society. I want you to go onto your land and go somewhere else. Go be raptured. Because we could save this world. I've been trying to teach y'all that. You have to go to my other channel. America could be saved. That the fulcrum of the universe is still able to swing in favor of holding America together. As she is just a toddler. As murderous and bigoted and nationalist and anti-Christian as she is. And the hope is still there, even in, that's too deep of a conversation. But the people who think they're in a simulation need to come into reality and realize it's the delusions that you are being triggered to hear, see, and understand as, this ain't right. This can't be real. If you've got that feeling, you're deconstruct out of your delusions.